Hey everyone, my name is Abby Goen, and I'm a scientist in the Miller Lab at Dartmouth College. And I am super excited to be working with this program and have an opportunity to interact and hang out with seventh graders and hear what your ideas are about science and share what mine are, what my experience has been, and give you an opportunity to maybe ask some questions that you haven't had a chance to before. Um, I think seventh grade is one of the coolest years in middle school. I have a seventh grader. I also have two other kids that are one is a junior in high school and one is a senior. And so I'm pretty familiar uh, with middle school and the unique challenges and opportunities. And I have to say, seventh grade's got to be one of my favorites. Um, so I thought I'd use this opportunity to tell you a little bit about myself. I'm 39. Like I said, I've got three kids, two high schoolers and a middle schooler. I have two dogs. This is Otis, and he's a year old. He's an Aussie Doodle. And I have a 6-month-old Golden Doodle, and she is a little camera shy. She's asleep in the living room, not wanting anything to do with this. And let's see, I've been married now for 19 years. I am a New Hampshire native. I grew up south of here in the Peterborough area in a small town called Greenfield. And it's a wicked small town, one grade per classroom, sometimes combined. And I love to hike. I love to kayak. Um, I also like to be super lazy and hang out and watch movies. So I think I'm pretty balanced there. I went and did my undergraduate college in New Hampshire also. I went to University of New Hampshire, and now I'm doing my PhD at Dartmouth. So I guess that I just really love New Hampshire. And I am very happy to be here. And I plan on staying here and maybe commuting a little bit as a scientist once I'm done my PhD. So, fun fact about me, when I was in seventh grade, I made my first skydive at 12 years old. And that was crazy. And my mom still can't believe that she let me do it. But the long and short of it was that we lived in Arizona. My mom was homeschooling me for the year, and her partner at the time was a pilot who owned a bunch of planes and would lease them to skydiving centers. And we had this opportunity to go out in all over the country and go to different skydiving centers and meet all sorts of different people. And my mom thought that it was just too good of an educational experience for me to miss. And so we went and did it. And while we were there, we found ourselves on a reservation in Nevada that had a skydiving center with no FFA regulations. And so there was a loophole, and I had the opportunity to skydive. I did a tandem, so my mom's partner was attached to my back, and we jumped together. I have a video. It's very funny. I watch it now, and clearly I loved the movie Grease at the time since I quoted it for the entire film. So in a minute, I am going to take you into my lab and show you around, tell you a little bit more about what I do there, and I will see you there. Say bye, Otis. So welcome to the Miller Lab. This is where I work, and our lab is located at the hospital, which makes it really convenient for being able to work directly with patient samples. So each one of us is designated a lab bench, and this is the space where we work, and we do a lot of our research outside of a sterile environment that we work in called the tissue culture hood. This is a place where I will endpoint or finish up and then be able to collect data for a lot of my experiments. And it's typically stocked with things that make sense for the experiments that I do. And each one of us works on a different project, so we all have slightly different things that we need in order to do our experiments. So come on, I'll show you the rest of the lab. So our lab is about 2.5 bays wide. So this is a single bay. And it typically includes 4 benches and 4 desks for students and scientists to work at. And then this is our tissue culture room where the magic happens. So we're able to keep cancer cells in culture and continue testing them because cancer cells never stop growing and dividing as long as you give them everything that they need. We have incubators here which have and provide the necessary temperature and gases that are required for cells to grow. When we put cells in a special media, then they're able to continue growing, and then we can test new treatments on them. This is a hood, and the tissue culture hood lifts up and the air runs through it in a way that keeps everything inside sterile. And before anything goes in to this, we have to spray it down with alcohol, and we use 70% alcohol that you can see is here. And so once our hands go in, that is our sterile working environment, and it's how we can work with cells without getting them contaminated with bacteria. We're able to look at our cells under the microscope since you cannot see them with your eyes. And we keep all of our chemicals in this hood because you should not breathe chemicals if you can help it. So we use this is called a fume hood, and it draws all the air up. So as you're working with chemicals under the hood, it doesn't become a health hazard for you as a scientist. So anyway, I'm really looking forward to getting to know you and to be part of this program, and I hope that you liked this quick preview of the lab, and we'll talk more about breast cancer the next time I see you. Thank you.